What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Little Scale Cars YouTube channel. Today in the review box we have the Pagani Imola. This one is from Tarmac Works, and there are several different variants of it out right now, but let's take a closer look at it and see if it is worth picking up and adding to your collections. So let's get started by taking a look at our casting here. Our proportions are pretty nice, not really anything to complain about, which really should not be a surprise. Tarmac Works is usually pretty good at getting things at a full one, true 64th scale. Now, what do we have here? We'll pop the real-life car for you to compare it. What do we have here to see as far as what's metal and what's not? So, basically, everything you're going to see that's painted in blue here is going to be metal. The roof appears to be plastic, as far as I can tell, and then the roof scoop obviously going to be plastic, shark fin plastic, and then the rear wing also plastic. And then we do get rubberized mirrors similar to like a mini GT here, which is nice because on the Huayra BC, which is a similar casting to this, these mirrors were a harder plastic and they broke off very easily. Coming down below here, the side skirt is metal, the diffuser is metal, and a piece of the base here. And then that also brings us to the front splitter, which is also metal. All these kind of back inserts thing appear to be some sort of the part of the base, perhaps. I don't know for sure. I have not taken this one apart. We do get some etching meshed in here behind, or meshing etched in behind the intakes here on the side, which looks good. From the back here, again, we do get a little bit of plastic etched inside there to kind of give it that detail. That's probably some piece of the interior. So overall, casting-wise, we are looking pretty good and pretty realistic. For the paint and deco, now this is the blue variant. As far as I know, there is a metallic red, there is a gray one, which I have, and then there's like a full carbon with some stripes going down it, as well as this blue. The blue is my favorite one that I have so far, so it is what I have chosen to review. We got this nice black stripe down the center, and then the white accents, which look really cool and really make things pop, in my opinion. Definitely pretty nice. No kind of real metal flake. I mean, it's a little bit there, but for the most part, it's not noticeable. It's just kind of a metallic blue paint. I'm assuming that this is a real-life car, but a real-life deco, but I'm not actually positive on that. Moving into our details category, we will start up front, and we can see that we do have some nice headlights here. They're not really a plastic insert. They are just kind of casted in and then a little silver paint there, which is not amazing, but it's okay, given the headlights are pretty tiny on this car. We do get some little extra, I think these are lights down here inside this bit. And then, like I said, there is some intake back there that does have some slight etching, but the paint is very gooped inside there, so it's, you know, not the best, but it's all right. Making our way down the side here, again, all this very nicely casted in. Horatio Pagani signature right there. We get these bronze wheels. Now, the wheel shape is accurate to the real-life car. And now I'm going to assume that the bronze is as well to at least this version of the Imola. Personally, I don't love the bronze wheels, but they're okay, I suppose. When we come to the back section here, you will see we do get taillights. These do appear to be more of a plastic insert. We do get some exhausts that are poking out right here that are like a blue titanium tip, basically. Then we get the little Imola logo down here, a little reflector here, and again, the white trim, which looks really cool. Interior, there's really not a whole lot to speak of, nothing too crazy, just kind of a basic plastic, but decently detailed still interior. So detailing is pretty strong on this one as well. Moving into our roll test, this is a Tarmac Works Global 64, so it does roll, and it rolls very nicely. I went ahead and put this one on the scale, and it comes out to be exactly 48 grams, so that's pretty cool. And it also means that the metal on metal definitely gives us a very hefty feel, and it feels very heavy and good. Pros and cons, getting started with our pros. The biggest pro is that this is the cheapest way to currently get the Imola in 1/64 scale. This one retails for about $15, give or take a few bucks, depending on what store you're looking at. And the only other Imola that I can immediately think of is, I think CM Models has one and HKM might have one as well. Both of those are going to be in the neighborhood of 20 to 25 at best. So this is the cheapest way to get this one in your collections. And then the other big pro is the casting itself is very nicely done. The other brands might have done like a little bit more details in some spots, but this is still very, very nice, especially for like a $15 model. Cons, unfortunately, the quality control issues at Tarmac Works have not gotten better, and this one is no stranger to that. So right up front, you can probably see ever so slightly here, there's some sort of like paint mishap going on right here. Not really sure what that's about, but it does not look good. And it almost feels like if you were to rub it, you could peel the paint away. Not really sure what that's about. Again, there's another small one right here on the wheel arch. Probably pretty tough to see with how small this one is, honestly. But then again, here on the rear wing, you can see there's another one right there. So, you know, just quality control issues, which at this point has become a big theme for Tarmac Works. For some quick size comparisons, here we have it with some Mattel Paganis that you might have, with the Hot Wheels RLC Pagani Huayra R and the Matchbox Moving Parts Pagani Huayra Roadster. And here we have it with some other premium brand Paganis, with the Pagani Zonda F from Mini GT and the Pagani Huayra BC from Tarmac Works. And with all of that out of the way, let's find a overall score for this one. The hype level, 9.5 out of 10. I think a lot of people were pretty excited for it. It was one of the first Imolas out. I actually think they might have been the first Imola out. Not entirely sure because the CM model did come out very similar time frame. Execution, I'm going to give it a 9.65. The only real gripes I have is the detailing needs to be a little crisper in some spots. And then we also definitely need to clean up the quality control. Feedback. So again, a lot of people received this with poor quality control. So that was definitely factored in here as well. And then a lot of people just didn't like the casting for whatever reason. Anyway, the negative feedback that I have heard has been fairly small. So 9.35 there. When we take these three scores and we add them together, we are going to end up with an average score of 9.5 out of 10. Which is a very good score for what is ultimately a very good model, especially at its price point. Tarmac has the ability to be absolutely elite if they really, really tried. Like for $15 models, if they really just put in the extra effort, they could be on a whole nother level. But for some reason, it just seems like we never quite get there. There's always some sort of quality control issue, or there's always some detail that is lacking for some reason. And it is a bit of a shame, but at this point, if you're buying Tarmac Works, it's something that you've kind of accepted. That being said, though, this particular model is one of their better options, and again, it is the cheapest way to get an Imola into your collection. So I do still highly recommend this one, especially if you just want an Imola in your collection, because they do have several good options, and there's always a chance that you could get a perfect example quality control-wise. However, if absolute details is your cup of tea, then probably the CM model is where I would go if I were you and you don't mind spending the extra $5-6 on the CM. And with that, guys, that is all I have for this review. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and leave a comment telling me what your thoughts are on this particular model, and I will see you in the next video.